Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very excited for this afternoon's Lunch and Learn. I appreciate everyone who's able to attend today and those who are going to be watching us later as we post it on our YouTube channel. We actually have an introduction today before we get to our speaker, Dr. Mary Urisko from Madonna University. And some of you may recognize the face on the screen as Mimi Seltzer, a fabulous adjunct in our paralegal program. And I'm sure by now many of you have also received the information that I've sent around about the Deep Fellowship opportunity. And so I wanted to invite Attorney Seltzer here with us today to share a little bit more about that and the opportunity, as we do still have about 3.5 weeks left for interested students to submit their applications. And then, of course, you have my contact information. If you have additional questions, I'm happy to field them and pass them along. So, Attorney Seltzer, welcome.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me to speak with you all today and Sarah for facilitating this. It's with a lot of gratitude that I come and talk to you about the Deep Fellowship Program. Our long name is DeRoy Education Partners, and we call ourselves DEEP for the acronym. It springs from DeRoy, DE, and then Education Partners. But DEEP also, the acronym sort of describes our deep dive into supporting you and helping you get across the finish line. And that's what the Deep Fellowship Program is all about. So the opportunity is for people at the midpoint with 30 credit hours or less remaining in their program here, paralegal, to apply for a program that has three pillars to it. One is a financial scholarship pillar. It will cover tuition, fees, and textbooks up to a maximum of 30 credit hours. And we understand that there's a lot of scholarship opportunity out there. And with that in mind, we encourage you to cobble together as much scholarship monies as you can and deep sort of gap fills. So if you happen to be in a situation where you have scholarship money, but it's not covering everything, we're your entity to look at. If you've applied for scholarship and have not received any scholarship, we're also able to help you out in that circumstance. So again, the financial pillar of DEEP is there for you to use up to 30 credit hours to cross the finish line. And again, it goes to books and fees. The middle pillar is about OCC community and life skills. So we're a program at OCC where we bring together other students at OCC into a cohort. And we meet in person monthly usually it's been at the Orchard Ridge campus on a Wednesday afternoon that deals very flexible with schedules, but it's traditionally been either 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock or 4:30 to 5:30. So people can make that evening class. It starts at 6, maybe leave a afternoon class a little early with the instructors understanding it. But we have workshops that specialize in life or soft skills that you may not get in an ordinary classroom. Financial literacy, time management, resume writing, mock interview skills. These are all samples of workshop topics that we cover. We listen to you to put together the schedule for the semester ahead of time, but it is a commitment of 1 hour each month coming together. We nourish you with pizza, and it's a wonderful opportunity for you to make your OCC community even stronger. You're meeting people not only in your own program, but we also have fellows from the social work program, from early childhood education, and this year we're expanding to paralegal. And then the final pillar is giving back. Each semester you participate as a DEEP Fellow, you commit to 8 hours of community service at a 501c3 nonprofit. 3 of those 5 hours we do together. At our kickoff in the fall, we're at the farm at the Trinity Health Hospital grounds off of Woodward Avenue, where for 3 hours we get to know each other while we're sewing good for people in the Oakland County community because the hospital uses that garden to put together care packages and food sustenance for people in need. We also cut flowers for patients in the hospital, and it's just a wonderful experience. So those are our three pillars. I thought I would pause and ask Sarah to play a testimonial from one of our current fellows, just so you can get a flavor for the fellowship experience. She'll talk about a little bit about the application, and then we'll cut back to me and I'll capitalize a bit more on the application. So take it away, Sarah.
Absolutely. Yep. We're going to go ahead and share screen. I'm going to turn up the volume. Just give me a moment on that.
Thank you. Hearing it. Sarah, are you hearing it?
Oh, you're not? I wish you would have said
No.
something. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Um, Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start over. I'm going to take my headset off. I apologize. I wish you would have said something sooner. One moment. That's as high as that goes.
Mm.
There we go. Turn that up. Let's try this. Better? I apologize. I wish you would have said something.
Oh, it's gone again.
Well,
I'm so terribly sorry. That is as loud as I can get.
okay.
But
Well,
what I can do is it's an MP4.
You're gone now.
Now I'm reconnected.
Yes.
I can attach the link to the when I send out the link to the YouTube. I'm so sorry, Mimi. We tested
oh,
this
it's all right.
today and it worked. I'm not certain. I had it all cranked. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not a problem. I appreciate you making the effort. I'll just touch on the application. It's all right. You don't need to post the testimonial.
Okay.
If people are interested
Yes.
in applying, and I hope you all are, the application is very straightforward. You can access it through the flyer that Sarah has circulated to all of you. There's a link there. Or if you go to our website, DeroitEducationPartners.org, there's a link, scroll down to the OCC portion because there's another live application at another campus. Just look for OCC. And it's affirming that you're eligible, meaning that you have 30 or less credit hours, that you have a 2.5 or better GPA, that you understand it's in-person attendance at convenings that are monthly, and that you understand there's an 8-hour per semester community service requirement. The application, along with the program, is a semester to semester application. So you're applying for one semester. And then if you're interested in reapplying and eligible, it's a semester reapplication. The other aspect to the application is an essay that is, again, very straightforward. It shows to us that you're digesting what the program is about, you're interested in it, and applying to your mindset what the fellowship program with your participation could help do for you. And then it's just clicking some other boxes and submitting the application by May 15th, 2025. We always encourage people to stay connected to us. We wish we could accept everybody who applies, but of course, things are finite. So the fact that you may not be part of the fall semester is not a reason not to apply if you stay engaged and interested for a subsequent semester, because as I say, it's a semester to semester program. And really, we learn to improve ourselves through you, the participants, as our fellows. And I can't encourage you enough to reach out if you have questions and to just bite the bullet and apply. It would be great to see you part of the program.
Well, thank you again so much for, first of all, providing the opportunity, and secondly, giving us your time today to talk a little bit more about it.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And
Wonderful.
if there's anybody that does have questions, I know that people are going to be watching the
Mhm.
video again. Feel free to go to our website, which is DeRoyEducationPartners.org. Our email is there, and give us an email. But in the meantime, please do apply before or on the deadline.
Wonderful.
Great.
Thank you again so much. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, great. We can now transition over. I would love to do an introduction of Dr. Mary Urisko. She is a professor and director of the Paralegal Studies program at Madonna University. Dr. Urisko holds a BA degree in business administration from Michigan State University and a JD from the University of Detroit Mercy School of Law. She's also a member of the State Bar of Michigan. Dr. Urisko is a co-author of the Paralegal Today 8th edition, an introduction to law textbook for paralegals published by Cengage. Her research focuses on changes in the law needed to keep the textbook current. Additionally, she has been a speaker at the National American Association for Paralegal Studies annual conference on several occasions. She is a recipient of the State Bar of Michigan Association's Paralegal Legal Assistant Section's Mentor Award. Dr. Urisko teaches Introduction to Paralegal Studies, Law, Society and Politics, Legal Research on the Internet, and the Internship and Legal Seminar courses. She is a Madonna University certified online instructor. Her favorite classes are the online Introduction to Paralegal Studies course and the Internship and Legal Seminars. So welcome, Dr. Urisko. Again, very happy to have you here. Obviously, our program, I'm always encouraging students to continue their education, and Madonna has just such a fabulous opportunity for an articulation transfer agreement. And so with that, I'm just going to hand it on over to you to share your information.
Sarah, I appreciate that. It's nice to be here with you today. So, Sarah has introduced me and told you that we do have an articulation agreement for OCC students that's directly between Madonna and Oakland Community College so that you can follow this specific agreement to earn your bachelor's degree for 46 credits. But before I get into some of the details about that, I'd like to talk to you about what my students say to me about why they do it. We get a number of transfer students from community colleges who come to us to earn their bachelor's degrees because there are a lot more opportunities, I think, once you get that once you go that next step and get that bachelor's degree. The biggest one I hear about are jobs. A lot of the job postings require bachelor's degrees, and lawyers have a lot of education, so they value that additional education that a bachelor's degree brings. And essentially, a bachelor's degree is double the number of credits that you would take to get an associate's. So you're getting double the information and double the education. So it's more of everything, and that helps you in your career. I recently had a student who was working in a small suburban law firm that practiced immigration law. And all of a sudden, one day, her attorney came in and said, I just can't make it on my own. I have to close my practice. You're out of a job. And she had like the rest of the week, and then she was done. So she really needed to work. And I helped her. I do get a lot of job requests, as I'm sure you do too, Sarah, from different employers. And so I sent her to a few that I knew of. And she looked on her own too. And she said, almost all of the jobs required a bachelor's degree, but employers were willing to talk to her because she was in a bachelor's degree program and were willing to consider her, and particularly in the field of immigration law because she had experience in that field. Excuse me. So she was able to find something relatively quickly. But I thought it was really informative that what she found was the demand was very high for someone with a bachelor's degree. And I know, Sarah, your students do get jobs, so it's not the only degree, but I think it really helps. It's also great for students who are pre-law. And about somewhere between a quarter and a third of our students go on to law school. A lot of them go to Michigan State. A number of them go to U of D, and some go to Wayne. I have one at University of Michigan right now, which is the first. That's a really, really tough one to get into. Yeah. So anyway, we go to all the law, they go to all the law schools, our graduates do, and go on. And they do really well their first year, particularly in legal research and writing, which most undergrads, because you can major in anything to go to law school, most undergrads don't have the same level of writing experience that paralegal graduates have. And they know the research, they know the sources, they know how to use books if it's a book, or the different computerized systems if they're using Wessel or Lexis. So they know all of that and they're experienced with it. So that gets rid of a huge class that's the nightmare basis to the first year law students. So it is very helpful to the students who go on to law school. In addition, they a lot of them have worked either through their education as a paralegal, or in our program we have a required internship. So they have some experience with the law and in working in law firms, and they know what's expected. So that helps them in law school because they know how to write. They know how they know a lot of the terminology already. They know what a motion for summary judgment is. Remember being in civil litigation saying, what in the world are they talking about, right? So you have to, things that you would have to learn if you're coming from outside of the legal profession to work as a paralegal or work as a lawyer or go through law school as a student. So it really does make a difference in that instance. That first year of law school, it helps a lot. Okay, so I would like to now show you our articulation agreement that we currently have. We're in the process of updating it, but I can show you what we have. Where did it go? Okay, hang on one second while I pull it up.
I have it. Would you like me to share it and you can tell me when to scroll?
Sure, that would be great. Thank you.
And of course. There we go.
Enlarge my Zoom screen again.
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
How's that?
So that's great. So this is this is actually Madonna's information. This is our paralegal program, but that's good. That's a good place to start.
I'm sorry. This was the one you had sent me. Was this not what you wanted?
No, I was going to show the articulation agreement, but we can work with this as well. So this is the requirements for our paralegal program for the major, the bachelor's degree major. These are the required courses for the major. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Yep. Sorry about that. There we go.
That's okay.
I have this is the most recent draft that I got. Sorry, I have a dual screen. I was scrolling it over. There we go.
And then can you scroll down?
Yes, absolutely. Tell me when to stop. I'll go slow.
Keep scrolling. I will show you the law requirements first. So
here we go.
In terms of your paralegal curriculum, your business law courses, one comes in as a business law that goes toward your bachelor's degree. The other comes in as an elective credit. Your CIS comes in. So we don't have a CIS course anymore, so that's going to change. But your English, you have to have the comp 1 and 2. And then the paralegal PLG 2100 and 2120, legal research and writing 1, count for our legal research and writing 1. So it's a 1-for-1 credit. You don't have to, excuse me, retake legal research and writing 1. Your litigation, 2110, comes in as a law elective credit, so it goes toward the major, but you do have to take our litigation course. There are some differences, so we like you to take ours. Then your paralegal 2130 and 2160 currently come in as law 1000. The 2140 trial prep is an elective credit, 2510. Your internship comes in as elective credit. Legal technology comes in, your 2611 comes in as our law 3780 law office technology, and paralegal 2612 from OCC e-discovery will come in as our law 2580 electronic discovery. And then 2 hours of elective credits come in. So what you end up doing, you're required to take 20 credits of law at Madonna. And can you scroll down a little bit, Sarah? I think that shows you, okay, so what you would have remaining in terms of requirements at Madonna. So these are now Madonna courses, starting with Law 2560. You'd take legal research on the internet at Madonna. You would take Law 2570, litigation at Madonna. Law 3210, legal research and writing 2. So we require 2 semesters of legal research and writing. So you'd only have to take the second one at Madonna. Law 3770, law office management, you would take, so a little bit more software there, and just more of an overview and really discussion of law office management and ethics for working in the law office. Then you would do a required internship. And so you usually end up with 9 to 11 hours of electives for your major. So you could take classes like evidence, case prep and trial, torts, family law, if you hadn't taken that, real estate contracts. Those are some of the electives that we offer. All right. And then there is a religious studies course that's also required. So that's our current articulation agreement with OCC. So it makes a little bit more sense when you take a look at the courses that you have to take, total number of courses. So Sarah, do you have the Macomb credits?
I don't have Macomb.
Excuse me, I misspoke. It was Macomb just a couple days ago yesterday.
That's okay.
The OCC, transfer agreement, the MTA agreement for OCC and the MTA courses.
I believe I do.
Okay, so the Michigan transfer agreement. So the way it works is if you get an associate's degree with a Michigan transfer agreement, you come into Madonna with 74 credits. So for your associate's degree, it's what, 63, Sarah?
Correct. Yes.
So then you have to take a few more classes. It's what, 4 more classes or so. And you come in with almost all of your general ed. You have to take, we have a signature courses, requirements. So you have to take a couple of general ed classes. I think it's 3. And then you take our minimum of 20 credits of paralegal courses. And that usually gets you up to the 46 you need. So you come in with 74, you take 46 at Madonna, and you get a bachelor's degree for 120 credits. A bachelor's degree is double, it's 120. Come in with 74, take 46, and then you earn your bachelor's degree. So you can see Sarah's kind of scrolling through the courses that are needed for that Michigan transfer agreement.
Right.
And I don't
And
know if you can put that in the chat. I don't know what happens with that.
so,
Um,
yeah, what I'm going to do when I send out the video link is I put the attachments in the email to everyone.
okay,
So,
great. So
yes,
they can see that.
yes, yes.
So so it's a good deal. For 46 credits, you
Hmm.
get a bachelor's degree. That's what
Right.
it ends up being. You get your associate's degree at OCC,
Hmm.
and you take an extra 11 credits, I think it is, to get you to 74 to meet the Michigan Transfer Agreement. OCC, because you're getting that degree from OCC, they will stamp your transcript with Michigan Transfer Agreement, and you send that to Madonna when you apply. And then when you get there, you take 46 credits at Madonna to earn your bachelor's. So that's how it works, and it's based on our current tuition. The 46 credits, our tuition is $540 a credit hour. We're a small private institution. We don't get a lot of government money, state or federal, to support our tuition. So it costs more money to go there because it has, everything still has to be paid for, to run the university. So it costs more. But I think that comes up to about $25,000. So for 25,000 plus what you cost, I think it's seven for community college associate's degree, 5 to 7, somewhere in that range.
Well, I'm sorry, what is I misunderstood.
Community college associate's degree is about 7,000, is my
Oh, I'm sorry.
understanding. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Our
So
in-district rates are for the 63 credits. We're at $115 a credit hour. So yeah. Hmm.
okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's about, $6,000, $7,000.
Right.
So 25,000 plus 6,000, that's $32,000 for a bachelor's degree. Compare that to what it costs to go to a 4-year institution at
Mhm.
at a minimum of $25,000 a year
Mhm.
times 4, that's
Right.
$100,000. And that doesn't include living expenses if you're living on a campus.
Right.
So you're getting a bachelor's degree for a really good price. That's a good price for a bachelor's
And we
degree.
have so many state funded and county funded initiatives right now that are helping our students earn their associate's degrees with things like Michigan Reconnect, the Community College Promise. So
Mm-hmm.
really, and then the Oakland 80 to provide the supplemental services. And then of course, as you can see, we're doing our best to find as many scholarship opportunities and secondary financial support opportunities as
Right.
well. So,
So it's been
honestly,
less. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, you
Right.
could essentially have the state and county help you through your associate's degree, and
Yeah.
then your requirement would be to come up with the remainder to earn that bachelor's degree in less time and half the cost. So
Right.
it's
Right.
definitely.
Yeah, so it really is worthwhile.
Mhm.
It's a really good opportunity. And like I said, lawyers really look for that bachelor's degree. It doesn't mean you're not going to be employable if you don't have one, but it makes a difference. And it makes it you can work for courts, we have people working in the federal courts.
Mhm.
We have them working in the top law firms in Metro Detroit. I've got one graduate who went into Dykema, which is one of the big firms in Detroit,
Yeah, sure.
as a paralegal, and now ended up moving into HR. She started doing recruiting
Mhm.
for them for paralegals, and now she runs all the recruiting for the firm.
Wow.
I have another one who graduated, worked for Flagstar Bank, and then moved over to Rocket Mortgage with her boss and became a vice president at Rocket Mortgage. I mean, there are some really great success stories and lots of attorneys out there who have graduated. My own daughter graduated from our program and just graduated from law school and passed the bar in July and started working, yeah, as an attorney. So
Congratulations.
it's really fun. Yeah, it's exciting. So there really are, there are just opportunities that you can have uh, with a bachelor's degree that you might not be able to get with an associate's.
Yeah,
So,
and like you said, it's a great feeder for law school as well. We have a lot
right,
of students who are very interested
right.
in that career
Interested in law
path.
school.
And then
Hmm.
sometimes they make it through the paralegal program and realize that this is the aspect that they're more interested in, right? The doers rather than the thinkers. And sometimes they find their own niche.
Yeah.
That's sort of how I divide us. But if I could just real quickly, I'm going to share my screen again, just and I'll make sure that this is in our in my email to everyone. But OCC under the current students, if you select the transfer resources, it takes you right to this page, and there are upcoming transfer events that you can select. These are sometimes in person, sometimes on Zoom, and it really walks you through the step-by-step process to make sure that as you're planning your general education courses for the associate students, that you're selecting classes that will transfer over, again, to make the best use of your time and your resources. And so we have a lot of available folks at OCC to help, because it's complicated. I mean, it seems, straightforward, but there are, obviously different requirements, and you just really want to make sure that you're getting everything you need. You can see there's an information link here. There's frequently asked questions that is, can help you with a lot of these as well. And even though the Michigan Transfer Agreement does provide that students can transfer literally to any university within Michigan, the Articulation Agreement is so specifically special that we have with Madonna, because we know guaranteed that our classes are going to transfer. They've been reviewed, they've been accepted. So you're not going to, perhaps if you went to, Western, or you went to Michigan State, while they will accept your some credits, you're not guaranteed all. So by having this special articulation, especially because Madonna has the Bachelor of Paralegal Studies, which is very unique, quite frankly, in the Michigan institutions. So I thought that was just so important to bring you in today to share this opportunity, because it's a great relationship that our institutions have with each other.
Right, it really is, and it makes makes a difference in people's careers,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one of the reasons why I do this. So
Yeah.
it's a great opportunity for students, and I really like working with students. And the reason that I like the internship class so much is I get to see what students have done. I get to see where they've gone from the day they come in to the day
Mm-hmm.
they leave. I get to help them find those job opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it's all a really exciting, interesting career path to watch develop with the students, and it's just very rewarding to me
Mm-hmm.
to be able to help those students get there. So I really enjoy that. And we do have, a lot of students who are already working in law firms when they come to us, and they can do their internship there if if they want to. They don't have to leave to do it. We do have some volunteer positions for other students who maybe are working retail or working in a restaurant or other service areas that they
Mm-hmm.
can do part-time. So it works out, it definitely works out. And that is also one of the things that the students really appreciate about our program, is that they are able to do an internship, have work experience under their belt on the day they graduate. And a lot of them, I can't say all, but 75 to 90% graduate employed. It depends on the semester. Sometimes it's 100,
And
but
that's
not
incredible.
always, but
Right.
an awful lot of them graduate employed in good positions. And sometimes it's through an internship where they stay on and they're promoted from an intern to, paralegal level
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2, and they get, they are compensated accordingly. So they get, good jobs. So good
Yeah.
opportunities. Yeah. So
Well, that's wonderful. And again, I want to thank you so much for your time. I know
it
how busy you are, and so able
is
to
a
make
busy
this
time.
work today. It really is. I know our semester's wrapping up as well, and folks are
Yeah.
studying for finals
Yeah.
and getting ready for a holiday weekend. So this again, I'm grateful for, well, first of all, the agreement that we have with the school, but then just knowing that our students that move on are going to be in such great hands, and that it's just such
Well, thank you.
a tangible and practical skills that we
Yes.
provide. And so,
Yes.
knowing that we're working in an industry where it continues to grow, and there continue to be opportunities. And as you pointed out, it can be everything you make it, right? I mean, you start as a paralegal, and you build relationships and you build trust, and then it just provides new opportunities. And hearing about Rocket Mortgage, and hearing about recruitment opportunities, it's a foundation for so many different industries. And so,
Yeah. Yes.
Again, just expanding that education as I encourage everyone to do, but making it more accessible, I think, is really important as well.
It really is. And it's just the opportunities that are there. And when you have a bachelor's degree that gives you a skill and you're marketable with it, you can go in so many different directions. And there are a lot of liberal arts majors, and liberal arts is good. It provides you with a very good background, but it doesn't give you those skills. And so I tend to prefer the bachelor's degree in paralegal studies because it does give you a skill. You don't have to go on to law school. You don't have to go to graduate school. You don't even have to go to a paralegal program to
Right.
get that certificate,
Right.
after you've graduated. So I
Oh,
think
and
it
you know what?
really
Not to
does give
interrupt you,
you,
but that's important as well. Is the ABA approval,
right,
and so
right.
I think I sort of took it for granted that everyone knew that, but maybe
Me
everyone
too.
doesn't. You're right, but so to
Yes,
go from one ABA approved for an associate's to another ABA approved for your bachelor
it's great.
is very important. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yes, it is. It's a great opportunity. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions?
Nope, we
No?
got a head shake. She's logging in from lunch. Well, thank you again, everyone. It was wonderful to have you today.
You.
Just
Thanks
looking
for
forward
having
to
me.
continuing our
Great.
relationship. All right,
Okay.
friends. Thank you. Bye-bye
Thanks so
now.
much. Bye-bye.